Welcome back, everyone. Just introducing some track and field tips, something different I want to add. Check it out. I provide a few little tips about track and field meet preparation, training tips, and I'm going to add some video links, up top here in the video, or you know, it's either going to be here or here. But anyway, just my little thing I'm trying to add in here to work with you athletes that need some help. All right, check it out. Welcome. This is Greg M Life on the go with some track and field information, specifically track and field training. Just want to add some tips. A little bit about me. Um, Greg Magoo, 1984 and 1988, two-time Olympian and silver medalist track and field in the 4x100 meter relay. I competed for Jamaica for the national team. Um, both Los Angeles Olympics and Seoul, South Korea, and as well as NCAA Division II track and field. Part of a championship team for 3 years while I was there at Abilene Christian University. Was a graduate assistant at Michigan State University when I was working on my master's degree, and also acquired level 1 track and field certification in USA track and field. So I'm just trying to add a little bit of tidbits here of what I think some preparation should be for those getting ready for their track season or while in season. Track season, meet prep. So we're in the track and field season now, indoors, kind of halfway through the indoor season, because now we're in the first week of March. So of course, the week leading up to track meet, sprinters should be sharpening their skills or should already be somewhat sharp because now you're competing. You kind of already past mid-January. You're well into past February, and now it's March, getting ready for the championship indoor meets, conference meets, stuff like that. Of course, you're gonna always do your warm up, do your dynamic stretch, your running drills before starting any interval or before even your competition, before your actual individual event. But definitely, when you're preparing, you definitely want to make sure you get the right interval and high intensity workout going to work on your specific area of your sprint event specificity. So anyway, skills to focus on. Some people might refer to just starting block starts, your crowd start. Probably should take that out. Just work on your starting technique out the block work for the first 20 to 30 meters. Just coming out, getting a feel for the blocks. Getting the leg placement, your rear leg, front leg, get your measurements. And some of the elements you're going to work on should be your proper sprint form or your mechanics of you might hear your coach refer to as. And you're going to concentrate on your reaction, preferably with the gun, because you want to simulate real live action of what you would hear when you go to the track meets. And definitely your arm drive from the blocks, pushing out from the rear leg, from the, of the blocks, leg action, which is quick acceleration into your drive phase, staying low, of course, to the ground first 8 to 12 stride from the starting blocks. And definitely you want to keep your head down to work on your drive phase. That's the power phase, I call it, because you're going to be using your arms because your head's down, and your head's kind of also going to be part of your balance, and you're going to work on quick turnover while driving up, and you're working to use that force to come up gradually into your running form. Same thing for 200-meter runners. You're working on the curve. You definitely want to work on your speed on the curve. You want to work on your leg turnovers in the curve, your arm drive on the curve, proper curve technique that you would work with your coach, work with your fellow teammates. And you definitely want to do some exercise where you're picking up each other on the curve, coming out the blocks. You could do a few standing start just to get the feel of the curve, because you got to be able to handle that centrifugal force, the force that you come around the curve. You got to learn how to stay in that lane. Keep your head, in alignment. Come around the curve. Your body's going to be angled to get ready to straighten up on the straightaway. Stuff like that you work on. But definitely learning how to run that curve comfortably and fast. And you see, I have like working your first 50 meters. You could do a couple of block starts, just coming out the blocks. Just make sure you're set up properly. How to come out and stay in your curve, because some people have an issue running out of their lane. So that's one of the reasons running the 200, you want to work on coming out, staying close to the middle or to the inside lane of your lane without going over the line. 400-meter runners should be doing the same. You could work with the 200-meter runners, working on the curve. And 400-meter runners, you're running a much longer distance, so you have to get a good momentum going that first 100, because you're going to maintain that on the backstretch. And you're going to come out, you want to get used to coming out. It's a sprint. It's not considered distance, like in the old days. I mean, 800 meters is a sprint. You got to come out in that first 50 to 100 meter in an 800 and just be working on maintaining. So those are the kind of things you want to work on. Acceleration, the first 50 to 80 up to 100. Because, those who get out good and maintain a good position, within your lane and be able to maintain, work on your arm drive, stay relaxed. And relax doesn't mean slow down. You're just maintaining the pace that you come out with. So if you come out slow, you're going to end up slow. We'll move on. One of my tips is Mondays. Mondays, when I was an athlete, was my hard day. I later come to find out that some people, their hard day was a Tuesday. And sometimes Monday was an easy day for me too. It just depends. If you have a track meet, then you're going to do something light on Monday. You might only work in the weight room to work on your strength development. You might do some jogging, a little bit of 10, 15, 20-minute jogging, stretch, because you want to kind of give your muscle time to recover. You might still be recovering from your trip. The meet, you might have competed hard on a Friday. Depends on what happened for the week before, especially on the weekend, if you competed over the weekend. And then, the traveling and all that. So you don't want to come back, not give yourself proper recovery, and then you come back hitting it too hard. Coaches got to know how to work with their athletes. Some people recover quicker than others, but you want to work everything as a team. So, typically, I believe everyone, sprinters, 100 to 200, even 400-meter runners, can do some block starts for warm-up. I mean, after you do like a 10-minute warm-up, some people do a mile, some people do a half mile, but you definitely want to make sure you warm up. Do your drills. You're going to work with your coach, with your teammates. Make sure you get your drills done, your knee lift drills, stuff like that. Whatever it is you do to warm up before, your dynamic drills. I suggest for sprinters to always start with some wind sprints or ins and out, working on acceleration, just from a standing start, just coming out and turn over a little bit. You're not doing it, 100% maximum effort. You just coming out, just working on a little turnover up to about 50 meters, relax, just from part of your warm up. And that's after you do like a 10-minute easy jog for warming up. Okay, you don't want to just come out and just start sprinting without giving your muscle proper warm up. Because you don't want to pull. You don't want to have a pull muscle from going from inactivity of the muscle without it being properly stretched and having your blood circulating and your muscle properly warmed. So stuff like that, you do a couple of standing start, work on your first 20, 30 meter maximum effort, eventually can probably work it up to 80%. You're never going to do your wind sprint at 100%. Some people might do it that way. It depends on your coach, your coach. If you want to do 2 good blasts or 3 or 4 good blasts up to 100%, but give yourself some good time to recover before you go into your competition or your interval work, especially during your in season. Do that probably a little bit less effort during the off season. So you definitely, you want to, when you're doing, when you're going to doing your ins and out, after you do a couple of wind sprint, you want to do a little bit more, preferably, 60 to 80 accelerations. You of course you're working from a standing start, sub maximal, 75 to 80%. You're working on the turnover, keeping your head down, work arm drive, getting your knees up, turnover, relaxation, last 20. You of course, elements to work on: maintaining strike frequency, quick turnover, quick off the track, relaxation, proper body lean, stuff like that. Face and shoulders relax. And in between each rep, you're doing 6, so in between each, walk back for recovery, that could be 1 minute, or you take an extra 2 minutes, 3 minutes between each. And then after you finish those ins and out, then you might give yourself a 10-minute recovery, depending, 7 to 10 minutes. And then you hit the 100, you hit the 300 meters. 100 and 200 meter guys will do these together. It's a kind of like a midway effort, speed endurance type of workout, especially for 100 and 200 meter runners. And you're gonna definitely do that around, especially if it's in season like now, and you're getting ready for a meet on the weekend. You definitely want to do them up to 85% to 90% effort. So, like around now, between February and March, because you already done, assuming you did your background work, your conditioning work, proper strength work from last year in the fall, and working on your techniques and everything else. Now you're stepping it up to the next phase, from off season to preseason. Indoors like a preseason. So you definitely want to keep that in mind. So when you do the 300 meter runs, you definitely want to get the first 100 meter. You want to get out there, get a good pace going to about 85%. Relax. Keep that turnover going. Keep your shoulders relaxed, face relaxed, and you focus on keeping that momentum. If you go too hard, you're probably going to burn out if you can't maintain that last 100, unless you're just exceptionally strong and talented where you can just run the whole thing hard. But you don't want to do it improperly, because you probably won't be able to repeat it for all the reps. You'll probably die the next 200. You can't barely afford to complete the workouts because you done worked out the first one too hard, and your coach might only give you 2 or 3 minutes recovery in between each. So you got to know, it's a way of learning how to pace yourself, but it's for your speed endurance. Speed endurance prepares you to run rounds, your 100, heat, semifinals, finals, maybe a comeback, run a 200, later on that day, and then have to do the heats of a 4x1. That's what these type of workouts is, part of your conditioning while you're in season still. Teach your body how to overcome the stress of just, doing multiple events. If you wonder why you have to run, you're a 100-meter runner and you have to do 300-meter runs and, stuff like that, 200 meters. Of course, you're always going to work on acceleration. The first 100, second, maintain, and so forth. The last 100, you want to start working, building it up, maintaining the last 50 by relaxing, and just keep working and focus on your turnover and looking straight through the line. Go all the way through the line. Don't ever slow down before you cross that line, because it will become a bad habit. Could be the difference of you winning or losing a race. Same thing, 400-meter runners, you typically will do a little over distance. You can do 300-meter runs, either from a ladder type thing where you do a 500, 400, 300, 200, something like that. Or you can do 3 times 500-meter run, 75% effort. Of course, you also want to work on getting out that first 100, not at 100%, because that's over distance for you running 500. Some 400-meter runners do 600-meter runs. And definitely the next 200 meter, you want to be gradually increasing the pace, still working on staying relaxed, maintaining your form, working on your arm drive, because when your legs get tired, it's your arms that's going to keep you going. So you got to train your body to use your arms so it become an automatic response. And don't overexert, especially that last 100 to 50 meter. The 50 meter, you definitely want to be able to relax by maintaining your form, not tightening up on your face, clenching your teeth, your fists. You want to have a little bit of looseness in your fist, relax it, and work on your arm drive and turning over that leg and just go all the way through. It's something that has to take practice and work on it over and over again. Of course, in between each 500-meter run, you want to, take at least a 5-minute recovery and you go at it again. Okay, you're not doing it at 100% yet. When you get, in the depths of the season, that's when you're going, 100%, close to 100% competition pace, because now you're getting ready to gear your body to break the next level or to get to that plateau. Because but you're not going to be doing as many reps. You're not going to be running 5 to 10 100-meter sprints or 8 200 meters or 6 500-meter runs. You're going to be doing maybe 1 or 2 at sub max pace. So after that, you get a good cool down, light jog, 10 minutes, whether that's a half mile to a mile, easy jog, work out the lactic acid, a little bit of light stretch. And then, between you and your coach, you either hit the weight room, do a little light workout, weight workout, or, if you're getting ready for the weekend to compete, you're not going to do any weights, of course. But that's just some of the preparation I think you should focus on, or you can do, working with your coach that can get you ready for your weekday workouts. That's like a Monday workout tip for me that I want to put out there. So with that said, that's all I'm going to offer for now as far as some track and field tips. Always work with your coach. I'm not your coach. I'm not a physical therapy trainer that helps you to wind down from the hard work. You want to always work with your doctor, work with your coach, make sure you're properly healthy and able to do these workouts, whether it's the weight room or on the track. So keep in mind, always stay focused and make sure you get plenty of rest so you can always come back for the next day and the next week and be ready for your weekend competition. So anyway, that's it for now. Until next time, I'll come up with some more tips that I can put out there for you guys to look at. You can talk with your coach, use it, tweak it, and hopefully, my little tidbits can help you a little bit. That's it for my virtual online coaching.